Ladies and gentlemen, to the SPL20 Pro League nights here on Monday. I am Valdez, aka Spicy Salmon. With me is GTR. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I had a really fun weekend watching AlphaGo against herO. I had a good time watching that, but now we've got to the final week of round one. And here in the final week, we get to find out who makes it to the playoffs that come next week.
Yep. For this first matchup, I mean, KT Rolster already, I think, at second place, just behind SKT. And CJ has not been having the best first round here. Only 1-4. I think their win was against MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
I think MVP is the only team that hasn't had a win so far. But we all know that SK Telecom is secured at the top of the table, but obviously they want to come out of this first round without a defeat. So we'll see them next. But here we've got CJ against KT Rolster, and KT Rolster definitely want to secure that second place.
Yeah, and they look on track to do so, especially against a kind of neutered CJ here. I mean, Bjell not playing the same kind of Starcraft as last year. They don't have Byung for now. They're kind of just relying on herO to win one game, and then they need someone else to pick up the slack, but nobody is right now.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like KT back in the day when they only had Flash as their player, or even the old days of Hwasong Oz when they were basically carrying, they were being basically carried by Jaedong back in the day. But yeah, as you said before, herO is obviously clear-cut the best player on that team right now. Bjell's not really showing any good form. Ragnarok, sure, he's been showing results in the individual league, but in the Pro League, he hasn't been showing anything, and everyone else has kind of been being very slack so far.
Yep, so here we are behind our gigantic monitors. Hope you guys can see at least half of our bodies. Actually, I should put my chair down here to be even.
Oh yeah, you got to be even with me. You don't
we kind of made there. We found out actually that I have a really long torso. I don't know why that is. Even when I cast with Wolf or Tasteless, these really big guys, like, I'm still taller than them when I sit down. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, this seat is actually at its lowest point.
Yeah,
so.
This is the lowest and that's the highest, and it still doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's just my legs are, like, dwarfishly short for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Either way, guys, we do have our team rankings here. As we said, SK Telecom up top, KT Rolster at second right now. Don't want to lose, of course, because Jin-Air could possibly win the next one and tie if they did, you know, win with any kind of decent score there. Samsung sitting in the middle, and you guys see the rest of the teams down bottom.
Yeah, Samsung are completely done with the games for this round, so we won't see them this week. But basically the story of this week is whoever gets second, third, and fourth place. It's quite a battle for that. As we see here, the winners' rankings, Innovation on top. I mean, he has been knocked out of individual leagues, so his complete focus right now, at least, before the qualifiers start up for the individual leagues, is Pro League for him. And then following him is Deer, Zest, and TY. No surprises there. Deer, arguably one of the best pro tossers in Legacy of the Void. Zest and TY, anchors of KT.
Yeah, Deer kind of having a wacky game last week against Maru, where he could have killed him, but did try to bust the ramp when I think it wasn't necessary. Maru took the island on Ulrena.
Gold base.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But here are the matches tonight. The first one, CJ Antis versus KT Rolster. We're going to start with herO versus Stats. That's going to be a fantastic game. And the rest of them, I definitely feel like KT's got the advantage here.
Yeah, we see Bjell versus Speed here, the second game Lerolac Crest, and if you ask me what the result of that would be during Heart of Storm, I would 99.9% say Bjell, but Bjell hasn't really shown the best form so far.
I'd say 100% Bjell, actually.
300%.
Yeah, I'd be going up there GTR, but...
Yeah, but we saw Speed in the GSL, and he actually got out of his groove. He beat players like Classic in that, so... Speed is a player, if you haven't read the article by Artosis about him on ESPN Esports section, go check that out, because it kind of shows why everyone here in Korea is thinking Speed could be the next big player. As we see here, the White Day event today that we have here.
They're giving presents to couples that come down to the studio.
Okay.
I don't see any. Oh, I see one down there. I'm looking. We've got a couple of couples down there.
A couple of couples. But yeah, if you come down to the studio and
looks like you get
put a camera, then you get something.
A movie ticket. Two movie tickets for the couple. Obviously,
cool.
there.
Yeah.
So not a bad idea if you're here with your girlfriend. Come down, or your boyfriend. Come down, and
there's a couple right now. So
get some free movie tickets,
so
guys.
Will they get movie tickets?
Yeah, look at them. Oh,
that guy's like, oh, I don't want to be on camera. It's really funny. Normally the girl is the one that doesn't want to be on camera. But
the girl was all confident. She's like, yeah, this is awesome.
I get movie tickets.
Guy's like, oh God, why am I here? Anyway, our first matchup, herO versus Stats. It's going to be an interesting one, this one as well. I mean, Stats did just get knocked out of SSL, I believe.
Wait, didn't he beat Beyond?
Did he?
Yeah. Wait, did he beat
Beyond won.
Oh, Beyond won? Okay.
Yeah. I remember his interview.
I know it was a 5-series game, but I forgot whether Beyond or Stats won. But yeah, whatever. herO, though, clear cut has been the best player on CJ so far. And last week, we actually saw him against Dream. And I voted for Dream personally that game, thinking that Dream's TVP would beat herO. But herO had a really nice strategy in that game, and we'll see if it transcends with this match against Stats.
Yeah, it's funny that even though Stats has done so well in recent times, I think almost everyone voted for herO. I think maybe 1 or 2 people voted for herO on the casting desks. And that's because herO's really, really fantastic right now. I haven't seen too much of his PvP, but even so, like I think he's definitely got the advantage here. And as you said it, he's got the weight all on his shoulders for CJ. He has to win this game.
Yeah. Crossing our fingers, though, there aren't any tech issues for herO. We see here the predictions, 5-2, and you're ahead.
I'm ahead of Daehyun? What is going on? What is happening?
It's okay, though, because there's a 3-way tie between me, Daehyun, and Kanata. So
yeah, you're up there too, man.
Yeah.
Just right behind me, 1.2%. So
Chase and Tasteless, they've been sucking, though.
Yeah, they've been, I don't know what's going on there, but either way, they're going to have to catch up here in a second. Guys, we're going to jump into our first game of the night. It's going to be herO versus Stats, a PvP on Ulrena. Let's jump into that right now for our White Day extravaganza. Down here in the bottom left, in the red, from CJ Entis, one of our Protoss players here, it is herO. And up in the top left, the blue Protoss from KT, it is Stats.
So generally on Ulrena, we're seeing mainly mirror matches, or either that or TVZs or Zerg versus Protossers. We haven't really seen much PvTs, just to give a brief overview of Ulrena so far in Pro League, but in PvP it's been quite wacky, and we see here an early probe here from herO, so there's no doubt he will either be going for... No, okay, he's going to go for a gas deal there. I thought he might be going for maybe a proxy pylon there, but no, just the gas deal. It's going to slow down any early Stalker or a dead tech that Stats was thinking might do.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. He's going to lose some mining from that, obviously, sending out very early, but he deems it worth it for now. Going to take a later gas himself, later 2 gas, that is, to catch up. And yeah, I mean, we saw 1 PvT yesterday, but I think you're right, or not yesterday, last week. I think you are right that we don't see it all too often. So definitely excited to see what these 2 players are going to throw out here for PvP as well.
And I also remember in the SSL, I believe, it was actually herO who did a really wacky strategy on this map where he would build cannons. I think it was against Deer, actually, where he built cannons inside of the base of his opponent, and then he sent up his mothership core to pylon overcharge him and did a lot of damage, actually. But with the recent, well, not recent, but the nerfs that has happened since that match, obviously we're not going to see that sort of move happen in this matchup again.
Yeah. So even mining the gas here and going to the minerals, just a little trick you can do. You can deny a lot of mining time, and at the same time you can steal some of the gas from your opponent. Almost definitely not going to come into play if you're stealing
actually,
gas.
Stats is going to go for that pylon move that I was talking about, but we just got to see how much damage it does, because we've got to remember the pylon overcharge is worth 50 energy now instead of 25, but contrary to that, pylon overcharge is stronger, so We'll see how herO deals with this.
Look at this. There's one pylon up to the top left, and if we can get an overcharge on that against the mothership core of Stats has to be very careful about the angle that he comes in here. He does not want to lose that mothership core before he can put down any overcharges himself.
Did herO get his mothership core out earlier than Stats? Because
no.
Okay, so herO should be able to cast this overcharge. It's actually interesting overcharge position there. Doesn't decide to go behind the minerals, but he has to chase this mothership core, I guess, chase away with a Stalker. But this actually stops the mining of herO, and Stats is going to have quite a comfortable lead right now because he stopped its mining. Yeah,
definitely worth it here. herO himself choosing not to go for the overcharge until now. Wanted to make sure that mothership core was definitely not coming back in. Stats is sticking nearby, but there's a Stalker out now, or a couple of Stalkers actually, and all the pylons are going to be cleaned up here.
Yeah, Stats doing a nice move there with that pylon, blocking that walkway. So having that blocked and knowing that herO doesn't really have enough units to break through that pylon until maybe his mothership core gets back and charges the pylon overcharger there, he can safely take an expansion here. It's a really nice move there from Stats, keeping that probe in there. That's going to be a real nuisance for herO later on to the game.
Yeah, herO was trying to, obviously stop the rush that was going on in his base, so not paying attention to this. He does have more units right now. I think Stats definitely got the advantage from that move, even though he lost 4 pylons. He did a lot of damage, denied a lot of mining time too, which is very important. And I don't think that herO can really put on the pressure here.
Yeah, well,
with only 3 Stalkers.
We see Stats with the Sentry here, and if needed, Stats can just charge pylon overcharge. So there's no way 2 Stalkers are going to break up this ramp. As we see here, the deviation in tech pass from both players. We see an Oracle from Oracle from herO, while the robotics is down for Stats. So Stats looking to play the more safer, but you can see everything.
Look at this, 3 Stalkers against 2 Stalkers and a Sentry. herO definitely going to get the better trade there. He does get a probe and a Sentry. Did lose one of his Stalkers though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so he had to chase away that mothership core. Nice move there from herO to give him a slight advantage by chasing away that mothership core, but it looks like herO's actually pushing in, and he's got his Oracle as well.
There's no more overcharge energy because he used it to kill the mothership core, or at least to push it away, and now he doesn't have one for the front, and he doesn't have one for the Oracle in the back. herO doing a huge amount of damage now. 7 probes have gone down, and he's still got the advantage in units on the ground.
Oh, herO with a really nice move there, using the wasting the overcharge of Stats, and I think herO might be able to kill him here if he decides to just keep pushing this advantage. We'll see how this goes.
I mean, Stats does have a second Nexus down here, of course, but herO definitely putting on the pressure. And Stats has lost already 11 probes in total. herO now just going to put down his own Nexus. He can kill this Nexus over here. There's no way that Stats can defend this. There's no pylons down there, not enough units. Now herO's got 2 Oracles, so he can even fight with those if he wants to.
The Immortal is out for Stats though, and that's a huge boost here for helping defend this. And it looks like herO's actually going to move in here. Looks like he's going to try and target his Immortal. We'll see how much damage you can defend from.
Well, we do have an overcharge coming down here as well. The Immortal stays alive, but he does lose that mothership core.
That's unfortunate, but at least it's got the pylon overcharge out, so... but if herO's smart enough, he'll work around that pylon overcharge, but looks really hard for Stats here.
Yeah, look at this. Immortal does get sniped down. Stats using all of his probes. He's going to try to go for the surrounds here, and he should be able to kill off all of these Stalkers, but he's going to lose so many of his probes now.
These Oracles are still alive as well, and they're going to just chip away these probes. Actually, no, it looks like he wants to trade with his Stalkers, and just more and more Stalkers of herO just coming in.
Yeah, he just keeps on warping more and more stuff. He's got 2 Sentries. He can force field this out. Now he can go to kill the Nexus while he's got his own back at home.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really hard for Stats to get back in this game. I mean, he's got those Sentries there. And
he's got 9 probes at this point, so not much mining even going down on his 1 base.
And Stats is so scrapped for minerals right now. He's like forced to get a Sentry just to help defend as well. So, well, at least there's the Nexus, and another Oracle here is just going to... Nope, just goes out.
Yeah, just push him away. At this point, Stats doesn't even have enough to produce units. herO going to come in here and try to end this game. He's going to even force field off this 1 Sentry just to add insult to injury. GG, there you go. herO is your winner of game number 1.
Yeah, that was really nice defense there from that pylon overcharge play there from Stats. So herO was able to keep his units, most importantly, from those pylon overcharges that were trying to attack him, and was able to counterattack once those pylon overcharges faded away. And pushed on his advantage, and especially with those oracles, helped him take that game out.
Yeah, it seemed like he had a lot of practice against that build on this map.
Well, he did like do it a lot, so
yeah, he knows how to do it, how to defend against it. He knew exactly that there wouldn't be enough overcharge energy and that he could exploit that by getting a Stargate out, attacking from two sides, getting out extra gateways, and just going for pressure at two ends. You can't defend if you don't have the overcharges in that situation if you only have one Immortal coming out.
Also, you got to remember that all those pylons that were invested by Stats into doing that attack could have been gateways. So a lot of dumped minerals there from Stats, and it's just that it was a nice move, it's just that it didn't do enough damage, and as a result of that, Stats loses the game.
Yeah. So that is game number one. That's the game we expected CJ to win. And now we're going into BL versus Speed, and this is going to be an interesting one. BL, if you're looking at this, you were talking about it before. If you were thinking Heart of the Swarm, BL 100% maybe wins this game.